crafty friend, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's very special flip through video. I have in front of me the grandest, thickest, most opulent junk journal I've ever received. It's a happy mail, of course, from my dear BFF, May, who lives in Saudi Arabia and has just such a fascinating collection of materials that she uses for collage art and crafty stuff. And my goodness, she raises the bar every single time she sends me something. And so this was my birthday, Christmas, New Year's gift journal from her this year. And it's a treat. I promise you, watching this is going to be a treat. So yeah, I didn't tie the scarf back up as beautifully as she did, though I tried. The journal was sent to me wrapped in this very, very colorful, beautiful printed scarf. And I just love it. So yeah, for the reveal, here it is. Look at this chubby, beautiful thing. So yeah, she went above and beyond with fabrics and dangles and materials and this really stunning braided sort of a rope closure. I'm going to try to do this as gracefully as I can without knocking anything off of the piece. But yeah, look at this beautiful velvet fabric with the different kind of sacred looking mandala type wheels in it. I just admire anybody who can do a thick journal with multiple signatures, and that's something I struggle with. You'll probably notice, if you're one of my regular viewers, that most of the books I make are single signature books. But anyway, yeah, just the cover alone is absolutely sumptuous. And she did a really cool dangle here that includes a fully functioning little mini book that I think is just adorable. And she did a really good job of including my initial, the letter S, all throughout. This is such a cool little resin piece with actual miniature flowers encased in the resin and little bits of gold. May knows that my all-time favorite color combination is gold and turquoise, and she's done such a good job representing that throughout the book and finding little bits and pieces that represent different journals I've worked on. This cool little cylinder charm with a dragon wrapped around, little butterfly. And because she knows I'm super into gemstones and crystal healing, she's even included a natural chunk of amethyst on the dangle. That's just absolutely above and beyond, I think, what most of us expect to see in a journal. So yeah, opening it up, on the first page, she has, well, first the cover itself is pretty cool because it's asymmetrical. With the corners cut off, it shows off the beautiful giant golden letter S that she put on the bottom right-hand corner. And this really cool sort of brocade style gold trim on the page edge. She's titled this book Dreamcatcher, which again is very mystical in theme, and I just love her choice of words. And as she always does, she has stuffed the pockets with beautiful and fun things. I love this key pen. I look forward to using it. She made a lovely little journal card here with a 3D flower, kind of a crocheted flower. Great little writing space. And an oracle card by my all-time favorite fantasy artist, Josephine Wall. I recognize her art anywhere. Look at that fairy riding on the rainbow butterfly fish with the full moon in the background. And the message to go with the flow is just perfect. Perfect for a random, spontaneous crafter like myself. Anyhow, another dangle that she's added here includes a journal tag, a little light bulb, another one of these cool dragon cylinders, a couple of little miniature keys that are just so cool, And she's put some beads on this oversized clothing pin. And she's even painted the pin, which is just, again, above and beyond in her details. I love how she uses pages from magazines to show her appreciation for fashion and makeup art. And it's just so cool how the collaged page is brought together with her coffee-dyed paper by the way she's hand-painted these cool sort of branching details over it. That might be hand done or it might be stenciled. Either way, it's just super cool. The wax seal gives it such a fancy feel. And another cool collage page. Look at that kind of 1940s makeup style. Very, very fun. And you know I'm a sucker for detail. If you're one of my regular viewers, you see how I like to tie things together. And May does that too. Like the lace edges in this picture beautifully mirror the nude tone lace edges in the pages that precede it. So anyway, oh, I shouldn't flash the personal letter on camera like that. But anyway, there's nothing in there that you can't read. Nothing bad, nothing too private. But yeah, that was tucked in. I know exactly what this is because she has sent me some loose pages from this. This is a page out of an Egyptian school book from the 1950s, and it has a really cool face woven into it and a gramophone. I just love the look of the Arabic letters. Super cool. Some washi tape. Very Van Gogh. I think this is Van Gogh, and this would be Monet's Water Lilies. Love it. Starry Night is one of my favorites. Starry, Starry Night. So yeah, she has left a lot of good space for actual journaling. I've never been able to bring myself to write in one of her books though, because I feel like the book itself is a complete work of art, so I just collect them. But she has left space for those who like to journal. A beautiful little cottage scene. Another beautiful bookmark. I'm an avid reader. I've always got a novel that I'm into, and the bookmark I use is actually a bookmark that May made for me in one of her first Happy Mails. So it's cool to have a lifetime supply of handmade bookmarks. Although I tend to leave everything in the book because that keeps it sort of archived for future flip through reference. I like to flip through them from time to time for fun and to get ideas. Anyhow, she's got these really cute word stickers. A friend is someone who knows the song in your heart. And May, that is exactly what you are. Cool surfer scene. More little stencils. And this is on a fun blank. Looks like probably an Arabian receipt book page. Really gorgeous piece of maybe a tablecloth or a placemat or something. I love all the textures. May and Cat Stone and I, we all love, love, love kitty cats. And so of course it's nice to see a beautiful cat portrait in here. And then get out there. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. That is perfect advice for any artist and any crafter. This lovely little page. I thought it was French at first because I saw the word maman, but I'm not sure which language this is. Fun little piece of ephemera. Say cheese and love each other. So take a nice picture. Oh yeah, and she put references to one of my favorite sitcoms of all time, Friends, all throughout. So I'll be there for you with the iconic Central Perk couch. And then this one, this is the first page I showed to Kenley when I first opened the book. How you doing? Pardon my bad Joey voice, but super cute. Again, cute little bits of ephemera tucked into the page. Adorable little mouse. Pretty lilacs. And yeah, May's books are always filled with some of the most lavish collage work you can imagine. And this page is just such a perfect representation of her style. Like if I were to describe May's aesthetic in one piece of ephemera, this would be it. Her beautiful coffee dyed paper, the layers and layers of little bits of fabric and little fussy cut elements, the metals, especially the gold that give it such a lavish look, and of course, magazine fashion pictures. So yeah, fun little salad image. There we go. I love that all the ingredients are vegan. So red bell pepper, onion, olive oil, grenadine paste, walnuts, tomato paste, chili powder, and salt. So I know I've mentioned in videos here that one of the things I don't use in my journals that a lot of crafters use are vintage recipe book pages. And the reason is, being an animal rights activist and a vegan, I could never put something in a journal that represents animal exploitation or killing an animal. So it's really cool. You know, a sign of a true friend. May is someone who pays attention, and she included a recipe for something I'd actually make. More cute little kitty pictures. Really neat vintage fashion page. This was my mom's favorite. I had to bring this book over on Christmas Day to show off to my mom and my Auntie Mary Lynn. And my mom is a huge peacock lover, just like May. And so she absolutely adored that beautiful brooch. And this is really neat. A blister packet painted over and collaged in. A little symbol of artist. The universal symbol for an artist, of course, is the palette. But I love this one with the blingy rhinestones. Another very opulently collaged journal card. This could be used as a writing space if you use like a gel pen. Wild red. I love how she'll tie the two pages together. Kind of like a Jikvi print. Really cool little butterfly. Another of these stunning collaged foldovers. Yeah, more little kitties. So anyway, how are you doing watching this little flip through? I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you're looking forward to a fun celebration of New Year's Eve coming up soon. I paused here because it's so cute, the little birdie sitting on this little girl. Two little birdies. Very happy little scene. I love this paper. Kind of like Rococo style furniture engravings or carvings. Really cool. Book page, music book with handwritten elements. Oh, this is from 1824. Wow, that's really cool. Thank you, May, for labeling it. I didn't notice this when I did the initial flip through. I saw there were pencil markings, but I thought it was a notation about the actual music, but that's really cool. It was actually May who suggested to me that when I use old book pages, I should label the year that the book is from. And I see she takes her own advice. So that's pretty cool. More of these cool phrase stickers. I refuse to become what you call normal. Well, that is me to a T. And life is better when you are laughing. Absolutely true. And then another really cool blister package that she painted. And notice in every little depression where there would normally be a little pill or a lozenge or something, she's glued in a rhinestone, which is just so amazing. Another beautiful bookmark. That lady sure looks glamorous. One of the cutest little brooches I've ever seen with the little dangling balls. A little clown. More beautiful collage pages. We are lucky to have each other. Very true, May. Very true. Really cool textured collage page. I keep meaning to take out all of my old scrapbook papers and scraps from things I've cut out and old book pages and just make a bunch of these to use in my own journals. So that's a good reminder. This is fun. Look at this. So she included a little note. You can move this paper doll up and down. And so look what she's done. She took a page out of a magazine and then carefully fussy cut one of the women out of the page and created a little doll that can kind of levitate up and down on the string. I've never seen anything like it before. Very, very cool. Actually, no, I have seen one other thing like it, and it's another page that May made for me separate, like a piece of wall art that she did the same thing. It's so cool. So cool. Beautiful butterflies with cool brocade trim. A stunning collage page where she's tucked in another beautiful bookmark. I don't think any of this lifts up. I'm so scared to damage anything, so I'm just leaving it. But if this is supposed to pull open, May, you'll have to tell me because I don't want to risk damaging anything. I recognize this. This trim is actually something I sent as part of a Happy Mail, I think. Either that or she and I bought the exact same identical trim. I love it. And a beautiful Velcro envelope in which she's added more journaling cards. A really cool scene of a wheat field with a mountain in the background made of very, very textured oil paint. Very fun. And an antique lady's portrait. I think this might be a sticker, actually. Very cool. The other thing May is famously good at is doing hand embroidered details on things. Like, see how she's hand stitched this envelope shut and embroidered a really happy little yellow flower on it. I just love that. Happy little book page. Kids' books are just so nostalgic, aren't they? Like, it kind of takes you back to the age at which you'd be reading something like this. Fun little math sheet. Another beautiful pocket page. She makes her books so much fun because of the vibrant colors. Like, I've noticed a lot of the junk journal artists on YouTube tend to stick to a monochromatic palette. What I love about May's work, listen to that. There's the, oh, we're coming to a noisemaker soon. But what I love about May's work is that she's not afraid to explore bright, bright colors, and she's not afraid to use multiple colors together. And I just absolutely adore that. More really pretty images. This reminds me, I visited a friend in Slovakia once, and we went on a road trip through the Tatras mountain range there. And this just looks so much like that part of sort of Central Eastern Europe. The architecture, too, takes me back to my days I spent in Austria and Germany. Really, really pretty. I got all of my travel out of my system when I was in my 20s, and now I'm very much a homebody. I like to just be home with my cats and my craft supplies. And my guy is like that too, so we're grateful to have each other and not feel like we're holding somebody else back from travel. This whale tail has such a stunning opalescent looking rhinestone in it. Beautiful interior design images. I love this. This is one of my favorite laces in the book. And then more of these Rococo looking furniture carvings. This is fun, very romantic. An old lace glove, old looking lace glove. Here are our noisemakers. She's made such fun little bead shakers using these blister packages. My mom said she adores this as a recycling idea. My mom recycles everything. She's even bought one of those mail order boxes that you can put every type of garbage into, even if it's not typically recyclable, and they will recycle it. I forget what it's called, but I always save my empty makeup containers and use toothbrushes and toothpaste tubes and things like that because they actually recycle them. I think it's called TerraPak. Anyway, when my mom saw this, she said, very, very, very good idea to recycle to prevent waste from going into a landfill. Gorgeous little beaded flower. And face today with total confidence. More very good advice. Love the use of metallics here. Since it's a Christmas time journal, I love seeing some Christmassy embroidery. Sorry if any of you are sound sensitive and I keep tapping the beads. But yeah, these postcards really remind me of, you know, specifically the vintage stuff that I always try to point out to my Auntie Marilyn. I don't think it's the same era though. I think she's into the mid-century. This might be more 1940s, but very, very cool. And I love the earrings this girl is wearing. I always immediately zero in on the jewelry. If any of you read Arabic, I would love to know what this says. I'm sure it's something poetic and beautiful. Speaking of jewelry, this is what Kenley gave me for my birthday / Christmas. Isn't that just the most stunning moonstone you've ever seen? I love, as you all know, crystal healing and natural gemstones, and it's just, yeah, I moved my iolite from my right hand to my left hand to make room for this beauty. Anyway, cute, 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 cute collage images. I have some of this that May gifted me. It's a stunning, stunning trim, isn't it? I think this should flip over. There we go. Very pretty. This is a fun page. Kind of a 3D element, the crescent moon with the lady sleeping. Just stunning. And I include a bluebird of happiness in every journal that I make, so it's very cool that May has continued that tradition for my birthday. And she's included a beautiful bluebird of happiness, but wait, it's 3D. Isn't that stunning? I just love hummingbirds. I used to see them a lot when I lived in Vancouver, but they're a very rare sight where I'm living now. Very pretty piano keys. I love playing the piano. I've never formally learned to play, but I can sit at a piano for hours and just let the music flow. Friends. It's easy to identify Phoebe, Rachel, and Monica. I guess the guys too, Joey, Chandler, Ross. I hope I passed the test. Just by their hairstyles. Very fun little flip page. And again, she's put some of her hand stitching into it. May, how do you find the time? Like, you must be, when you're not at work, you must spend every spare moment just making beautiful things to share with the people who love you. And it's such a privilege to be among that lucky, lucky group. Very cool candle. I heart Friends. I didn't know that May was also a Friends watcher until I got this. But that's pretty cool. And I don't think I've ever mentioned watching Friends in any of my flip throughs before. I adore this page. Look at these cute kitties. In fact, speaking of kitties, my Kenley's sister has a bunch of rescue kittens that she's taken in. And if you notice all the little micro scratches on my hands, it's because one of them was kind of struggling. They're not litter trained yet. And one of them has very, very, very long fur, and messiness was getting stuck on her backside. So I kind of gave her a little fur trim just around her buttly area and got a little bit scratched up in the process. But afterwards, she was very grateful and they got lots of cuddles. So I think she appreciated the help. This is stunning. Look at that print with layers of old paper together. You see that in a lot of printables too. Really cool Gothic Gothic looking doorway with more of a modern girl in front of it. These binder clips are always fun to see in a journal. And, oh, I don't think they're holding anything. Are they holding something in? That's sure fun though. It makes it feel like a shopping bag of a page. Very fun. I love this trim. It's so pretty. May knows that I adore celestial themed jewelry. So it's really fun to see this. This looks like it's the perfect pendant to go with the bracelet that she spoiled me with last year. Isn't that just stunning, that sunburst? More beautiful collage drippings, fabric drippings. This is a fun page too. I love the interactive elements in the journal. And so this cool fanned paper cutouts that go with that little brad. Super cute. And of course, journaling space to write on the back of each of these. And it's hiding another beautiful Victorian clothed lady. Love that napkin. Or not napkin, sorry, doily. Beautiful heart doilies. She's done her stunning collage on that too. Best of Friends. I don't recognize them as Friends characters. That must be a different Friends sticker. There's the other side of my favorite. This is really cool too. So these pages are all held together by the most stunning, stunning bejeweled ribbon. So I have to take it off to show you how beautiful it is. Yeah, look at this. I'm thinking I might go as a flapper for Halloween one year, and if I do, I'm going to tie this around as a forehead ornament because it has that sort of style to me. But anyway, I'll set this here to make it easier to flip through. So remember the title for this journal is Dreamcatcher, and here we have Dreamers. Very beautiful. More of these European scenes. Cool airmail envelope where she's folded in some very pretty graph paper. Looks like somebody used it to design a repeat motif for lace. Very, very pretty. More of these math pages. A stunning lace flip up that reveals chandeliers and the painted ceiling. I thrifted a book about Versailles that I like to use in my journals, and this really reminds me of that same kind of opulence. And it goes perfectly with the lace curtain that May picked for it. And stunning the way she's decorated the folded edge of her coffee dyed paper. See how it's the same kind of ribbon that's on this beautiful, beautiful bejeweled, I don't even know what to call it, bejeweled ribbon. But absolutely stunning detail, May. I love how you made it so that this little tie is removable, because I do plan to actually wear that one day. More of her recycled blister pack with a little feather. Cool busts. I told May this was my favorite thing. My favorite thing in the book, because look at how detailed and textured these little flowers are. I can't believe she made it. I can't believe she made that herself. Think of how much patience it would take to do every little stitch that goes into it. And she signed her work. Very, very cute. And May, I forgot to ask you, did you make this paper? I can tell it's one of those handmade papers by the texture, but wow. And 2025, so there's reminders of the new year to come all throughout. Another gorgeous, gorgeous fabric flip that reveals one of the prettiest envelopes I've ever seen. And in here we have another really cool sticker and more journaling space. Very cute. Very cute. Past and the future together. So we see like a more historic view of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a person in traditional dress petting a camel, and then see how she's blended that through the waterfall down into a modern day cityscape. This must be Riyadh. Very, very cool to see. Yeah, and part of her country. We have a place very close to me that's called Writing on Stone Provincial Park. And the landscape there, I always say that it looks like a planet that you'd see in an away mission on Star Trek, because it looks like another planet or a lunar sort of a landscape. But the land formations there are called hoodoos, and they're basically natural stone carvings that are kind of made from wind-eroded sandstone. And these look just like larger versions of what you'd see in that place. It's really cool how, you know, a desert landscape from the other side of the world can look so much like a place very close to home. Some more of her piano keys. If opportunity doesn't work, build a door. Love the life you live the life you love. That's a reggae lyric. I think that might be a Bob Marley lyric, right? Anyway, we have a magnet that has that exact same quote on it. I am free and laugh. Very cool. More old book page. Another adorable kitty peeking out upside down from beneath all of these pretty flowers. More stunning jewelry. Always fun to see. Gorgeous jewelry. And this is a very fun double pocket too that she's made out of a handkerchief. And into it she's tucked very pretty hummingbird pages. I don't want to struggle to get it back in on camera. That's why I'm making the decision as I flip through whether to pull things out or not. Yay, it went back in easily. Yeah, whenever I receive a new book from May, I get so inspired to immediately start crafting something to send her in return. And she's mentioned that there's a possibility that it's going to get more expensive and possibly not even possible to send mail anymore because of the political climate in the world. And so I feel like I absolutely want to make sure I get something back to her while I can. Look at that gorgeous fairy tale castle. I love it. One of my favorite things in my personal craft stash for junk journals are vintage French stamps from the 1960s that have fairy tale castles on them. So it's cool to see something reminiscent of that. Beautiful lady dripping in necklaces. More of my favorite. Some cute little safety pins that she's added. Another adorable little envelope. Look at the little bird with the bird nest. Curiosity. Hope is never lost. Remember this moment. Really sweet little expressions. And in here, she's folded up a little piece of ephemera that shows life fragments. Just little scenes from around the world. One of the things that May's work really stands out for is that she doesn't get stuck on a single theme. I tend to kind of get stuck on a theme when I make a journal, where I feel like everything has to be matchy-matchy. All the different details I put in seem to, I want them to reflect the main message of the book. And sometimes that can be stifling, and it takes me forever to make a single book because I'm so hung up on making sure everything matches. And this page in particular, when I saw it, I thought, this is my reminder to do what that oracle card at the front of her book says and go with the flow. You know, put things together and they will go together because they are put together and they don't have to go together in the first place. Anyway, I love this. This reminds me of my grandma back in the day, pictures of my grandma from the 50s. I love that mirror she's holding to. See how you can see her in profile in the mirror. Really cool. And again, it's nice to see the Arabic letters. Stunning black lace flip up. And more of May's collage art. It's very interesting. I would love to know the message that she's communicating with this piece. Faces without names. And a butterfly growing out of the face and the mouth. Very, very cool. It's interesting how there's a mix of people with different racial backgrounds, different styles of clothing, from the very modern sleek back hair and V neckline to somebody wearing the hijab. Very interesting portrayal of femininity. And at first it's hidden behind the black veil, but then it becomes visible when you lift that. Maybe it's about how you have to kind of peek behind somebody's initial curtain, the wall that the face is, or that looks can be, to find out who they really are. Fun little details too. even when I'm trying to piece together the artistic meaning behind the work, I'm getting distracted by the cool little origami flower in the corner. More beautiful lace drippings pinned in place with these pretty little pearls. Very cute. Gorgeous angel with the word love. Last Valentine's Day, May sent me such a pretty necklace that says love on it. My favorite, one of my favorite colors, turquoise and teal greens. So tying this little section together. I think maybe it was over the lace originally. I might have put that in the wrong place. Look at this, the stars and the moons. I'm always on the lookout for stars and moons and craft supplies because I do love to do celestial space-themed art. I think that the paint kind of stuck these pages together, or maybe it's meant to be this way. The cute little horse charms. More beautiful doily. Another cool old Egyptian illustration. There's more of that antique music paper. More of those receipts. Another how you doing. This one with Joey's eyebrows. Very fun. I love this shade of orange. Speaking of beautiful jewelry, I'm going to wear this for sure. Usually I keep everything in the journals just because I like keeping it where it goes, but I will remember where this necklace belongs, and I definitely plan on wearing it. Thank you, May, for making me feel so special and including so much of my initial in this book. Everything is possible with even the impossible. Faith makes all things possible. So true. And I just noticed this pretty orange ribbon has a little snowman in it. How cute is that? So cute. More of her hand-dyed paper. That little S is poking out. More of her prints. More of this gorgeous placemat. and the Egyptian paper, and the doily, and the graph paper. This is fun too. She's gone over the jewelry details worn by this beautiful model using some three-dimensional sort of silver stuff. It reminds me of Kat Stone's work, how she'll always go over the jewelry details and sometimes highlights in the hair with glitter. Beautiful butterfly flip up. And she has stuffed yet another pocket with some beautiful images. Flowers and birdies. Now is when I'm struggling to get the things back in on camera. A little print of a book page. Very sweet. And again, lots of journaling space on the back of that. And then this side also flips up and is stuffed with more pieces. Again, little stunning hummingbirds. Oh, just look at this jewelry. May loaded me up with some very, very chunky pieces of costume jewelry with her gift package too, and now I'm seeing ideas for how to layer the stuff. Look at all these blue beads. I just adore it. I'm probably going to use them in the cover art for my next journal I'm making for myself. I tend to just like to wear the natural stones for the energy purposes, but I love the look of the costume pieces. And this is, oh, that ring. Look at that giant turquoise. Very cool. That's funny. I thought this was the Om symbol at first, but it's a Mickey ear. Yesterday at my boyfriend's family's Christmas, we played charades, and one of the things I had to act out was a mouse, and I tried to put my hands like this on top of my head to mimic Mickey ears, and nobody got it. I did not do well in that game. It was my first time playing charades. But we had fun. But that's kind of cute that that's in there. It will remind me of that day. Oh, more of my favorite color. I could just stare at this page. And look at how beautifully she's woven in all of the string. More of these little rhinestones in the blister pack. Here we have a Chandler quote. "I'm not great at the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment?" Very pretty. More of this stunning placemat. These are my favorite little things. The peacock in the front was my mom's favorite, and these beautiful little hummingbirds are my favorite. Look at the bejeweled bodies and wings of these cute little birdies. And then more little 3D birds of happiness. I love how they move. Bad news never had good timing. The best way to predict the future is to create it. This is true. I do tarot reading as well as make junk journals, and I always tell my clients before a reading, I'm not here to predict your future. I'm here to help you design it. So when we look at future predictions through cards, it's not about seeing what's going to happen because nothing is ever set in stone. We have free will in this lifetime, and with free will, we can create whatever future we choose based on the choices we make and the actions we take. So that's a very, very cool quote to see in a book, very reminiscent of my other work. And remembering all of the good times we've had together. I feel like I know May personally, even though we've never met, just because we have such good times with each other going through the crafts that we swap. More of this pretty paper from 1824. Very fun illustration. More of this 1950s book page. A really cool steampunk butterfly. A page that she's included textile collages. Not the next, but the book after the next book for my Etsy shop has some pieces of this fabric. She gave me a beautiful piece of it to use in my own art. The book I'm using it for has like a night garden theme, but really cool. I love how she's taken deep dark fabrics and then stitched them together with fluorescent string. Oh, it's so tactile. It's hard to look at it without wanting to touch all of it. And that flips up to show more of her beautiful coffee-dyed paper. Oh, this is double-sided. That's really cool. I didn't notice that the first time I went through the book. Very fun. I'll tie this section back together. And then we come to the ending. So the last little tuck spot is made from this beautiful sequined ribbon trim. And then hardboard to help writing in the journal. Okay, so because May has included this, I am definitely going to write on the blank pages in this one. Very cool. Yeah, I love a good journal board to make it easier to write in the journal. And how fun is this little thing? Her outlines in black and the little eyes. Very cool how it goes from line art to colored in. That's good. Space for writing too. And a cute little pouch. I checked it, there's nothing inside, so I think I'm going to save this one to use to keep some of the fancier jewelry pieces she's given me. But I don't know, guys, I just have trouble taking anything out of a journal because I feel like it's all meant to be in there. Like it's curated, it's put there for a reason. It's meant to stay. How do you feel about that if you're also a junk journal collector or enthusiast? Do you take the ephemera out? Do you take the pieces out and use them? Or do you like to keep everything preserved? Like the necklace I know I'm going to wear that's in here. Every time I wear it, I'm going to put it right back in again after wearing it. But anyway, May, thank you so very much. You absolutely spoil me. I adore this journal. And I just hope I can do justice to your work when I make the next piece for you. So thank you so much for such a beautiful, beautiful little treasure to add to my bookshelf. Look at these little dangles. I missed them while doing the flip through, but there's another little dragon. A very beautiful little miniature fan. Just all kinds of cute little charms that she's dangled from the signatures. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, those who have watched all the way through. And I hope you had a beautiful holiday. And I hope you have an amazing new year, 2025. So much love and happy crafting, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.